slow clap. Hi guys, it's LynVanieuy and it's time for another storytime video. I'm not really sure where to start with this video, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it and edit the shit out of it and hope that it turns out okay. And this story is about my ex. I'm gonna call him Jack. I don't know why I winked. That was probably very creepy and weird, and I'm sorry, you probably feel very violated right now. And if you knew this person, then you would know why I'm calling him Jack. So it's kind of an inside joke, but you're not gonna get it if you're not actually in my life. So I don't really know why, but it'd be funny if you got it. So I dated Jack throughout the last 2 years of high school. Then we had a break and we ended up getting back together. We dated for a year and then we broke up. So this is gonna be the story about us breaking up. I'm just gonna tell you right now, Jack was like an awful boyfriend. Like, he was a good boyfriend, but he was awful. That makes no sense, I know. He could have been a really great boyfriend. And this is what I mean. He was very loving and he was practically perfect except for the fact that he was constantly cheating on me. I don't necessarily mean he was actually cheating on me because I don't know for a fact, but I had access to his email and he would always be posting on things like Craigslist and Kijiji looking for hookups. Now, I don't know if he actually ever followed through with these hookups. That's why I don't know if he actually cheated on me, but it was definitely in the back of his head. And he was bisexual. He told me he was bisexual. I don't really know. So he would post pretty raunchy ads looking for hookups. That's fine. I mean, the fact that he was bisexual is fine. It's cool with me. That's kind of a pertinent piece of information to the story. He kind of lied about a lot of things, so who knows. One of my best friends is a lesbian, so maybe he was just trying to make himself seem cooler to me. I have no idea. But to this day, I have friends that tell me he gets very defensive when somebody calls him gay, so who knows really, right? So anyway, we dated for a total of 3 years and I would always find these ads or like him talking to girls. I don't know why I didn't leave him. I just trusted him and I thought I loved him, and that was that. He got one particular job and he ended up getting me a job at the same place. We worked different shifts, so we didn't work together, and I worked with this one girl and she was really nice to me and I thought we were friends and we would talk all the time and blah blah blah. Now skipping ahead to the breakup, at the time, within like the last month of our relationship, I kept getting sick and I kept coming down with like flu-like symptoms, and Jack would leave and go to parties. And that was fine because I trusted him, and I would stay at home and I would play video games or watch TV, and at the time I was living at his house. This one time he went out and he told me he was helping his best friend move a couch or like a cabinet or something, and he said he would be back in 2 hours. We had plans, so I said, okay, like, go help your friend, but make sure you're back in 2 hours because we have plans. The 2 hours goes by and I'm thinking, where are you? I'm texting him, he's not answering me. 4 hours goes by and I'm still texting him going, we have plans, where are you? Get your ass home now. He's saying, sorry, it's just taking longer than I thought. And I'm thinking, how long does it take to move a cabinet or a couch or whatever it was that he was moving? And then 6 hours goes by and I am livid. So I text my mom and I say, can you come pick me up? At the time I didn't drive. I said, can you come pick me up? I'm coming home. I am pissed off. Please just come get me. My mom's coming and I'm packing my bags. Like, I am pissed. My mom pulls up and I go downstairs and all of a sudden Jack walks through the door. I'm like, I am so done. Like, it had just been a bunch of things adding up and I was like, okay, I need a break. I am leaving. I get in my mom's van and we leave. I have all my bags and he's texting me, please come back, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I need a break. And then he's just like, okay. It doesn't really matter if the girl wants a break or not. I mean, at the time I was just pissed and I didn't actually want a break. I was just saying it because I wanted him to fight for me, and he didn't. He was just like, okay. And I was like, oh, okay, something's up then. So I go home for the week and I am trying to like talk to him. He's like, nope, you said you wanted a break. I'm not talking to you for this week. Okay. At the end of the week, he comes over. He says, I think we should break up. I think I'm gay. And I was like, okay, that sucks. But if you're gay, you're gay. Like, what? I can't get mad at you if you're gay. Like, that's not really, I can't get mad at you for being gay. Like, if you're gay, you're gay. Like, what are you gonna do, right? So at the time I thought I was bisexual. And he's like, okay, well, I'll go experiment and you can go experiment. So he's like, okay, we should break up, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. I'm still working at the same place he's working at. But like I said before, we usually, like 9 times out of 10, we work different shifts. It wasn't really an issue. Then I start noticing that this friend that I work with keeps getting picked up by Jack when her shifts are done. I'm going, okay, this is really weird. And like, it was one of those things where like you could tell they were trying to hide the fact that he was picking her up, but I mean, it was fairly obvious. I could see her getting into his car. And then I'm talking to my one friend. He says, you know, I didn't want to say anything because it wasn't my place to say, you know, I'm really good friends with both of you, but Jack has been cheating on you with this girl. And I lost my shit. I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, every time he would come to these parties, him and this girl would disappear into like one of the back rooms and they'd be gone for like hours. And that was like really upsetting because he was cheating on me while I was home with the flu or like whatever. He would go to these parties and he would cheat on me with this girl. Yeah, thinking back on it now, I think he told me that he thought he was gay because he knew that would be the easiest way to break up with me, because he knew I couldn't get mad at him because my best friend's a lesbian. And I know that if you're gay, you're gay. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. So I definitely think he was taking the easy way out and just was being too much of a wuss to tell me that he was actually cheating on me. At this time, I hadn't even made my 3-month probation at this job, and I was just looking for an out. I didn't want to quit unless I had something to fall back on, and my family friend had told me about this school that I could go to, and so I applied and I got in, and I left a month before my program was even going to start, but I was like, you know what, I can't handle this. Like, I can't. It's just so awkward. I was working next to the girl he was cheating on me with, and she was just and then I would see him because he also worked there, and it was like just a shit show. So I left this job. On my very last day, he was working with me, and I went to the back to say bye to everybody, and he was like, have a good life, and I was like, fuck you. Like, I literally was like, fuck you, and I walked out. When we broke up, I set a day that he was not going to be home, and I went to his house because at the time I was living at his house, and I went and I grabbed all my shit. I had a dresser there, and I was literally so mad, I was fuming, that I literally pulled the dresser all the way from the other side of the house to the other side of the house, down the somewhat spiral staircase, and out to my mom's van by myself. I'm a tough ass bitch. But yeah, that's the story of how my ex and I broke up, and turns out he wasn't actually gay. Slow clap. But I just want to finish this video by saying that I have no ill feelings towards my ex or the girl that he cheated on me with, because you know what? It ended up working out for the better, and if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have found my husband. So thank you. Thank you. I probably would have stayed with this asshole until like the end of time if it had so happened that way. So I'm actually really thankful that we broke up so that I could find my soulmate. And this video actually leads into my next storytime video, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. My storytime videos are the first Sunday of every month, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up if you're not already and you'd like to hit subscribe and be my friend. And don't forget, I post all my social media pages down in the description bar for you guys to check out. And until next Sunday, keep shining. Bye guys.